Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about a really fun subject. Yeah. But, oh yeah, I was supposed to be full Jean today, but my binds are missing and are either one of two places. I accidentally threw them away when I was cleaning my room the other day, or they're in the wash. I hope to God they're in the wash. Okay, anyway. So, today's video is going to be all about stupid things I've done for cosplay and in cosplay, mainly in cosplay, but there are a few things I've done for cosplay that are really stupid. So, yeah, and I'm sure my friends are gonna have a real fun time commenting on this video about stuff I missed, because they have a list. It's alphabetized. But yeah, let's just get into it and start with this list that I have. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to say about like one of the stupidest things I've done in cosplay has brought me rewards, like new friends, but it was very stupid now that I look back on it, that I did it, for a couple of reasons. And what I'm talking about is Omegle. Now, if you don't know what Omegle is, you're very fortunate. Omegle is a website that is one of those chatting services online where you can video chat or text chat with people anywhere in the world. It'll usually, if you put tags in, it'll show you people that have similar interests or tags as you, and you get to talk to people. And I would mainly do the video one, sorry. I would mainly do the video one because I was in cosplay, and I did this for about a year, almost every single day for hours on an end, and it was terrible. Now but I did meet a lot of friends. I did meet quite a bit of the friends that I have now on Omegle, and I actually started my Instagram because of a girl on Omegle. Now, here's the thing why Omegle is a stupid idea, and I don't recommend really doing it now, because I'm sure there are quite a few people that know what Omegle is. There were a lot of videos on YouTube of cosplayers going on Omegle all the time. Maybe I'll do one in the future, I don't know, but Omegle's kind of dead right now, not the point. I'm off topic. Hello. Okay. So, the reason why it was... Hello, cicadas! Okay, so the reason why Omegle is kind of a stupid idea is because it's not really a safe site. It's not really a safe site because you can actually get like viruses from it, people can like hack into your computer, there are predators on it, and there's a lot of dicks. Metaphorically and literally, there are penises. There are people that go on Omegle, and it's like almost like them trying to like hook up online. It's really gross, it's nasty. Especially for a small asexual like me, it is horrifying. So, yeah, so in hindsight and how long I did it for was probably just not good because it just took up so much time, and I can't believe I actually used to do that for so long, because I've been cosplaying for 2 years now. So it's like, when I think back on it, and I did that for almost a year, and I did it for hours and hours and hours, I think back on it and I'm like, wow, that was an interesting horror show. But yeah, kind of a stupid decision when I look back on it. It brought me a lot of awesome things, like my friends, but it was kind of stupid and not safe. But, so I don't really recommend doing it. Ever. You see things that you don't want to see. Yeah. So the next thing is probably an incident that any of you who follow me and have seen a number of my videos are probably have heard of. You've probably heard it mentioned in some of my blogs or in videos that I've done before. I don't think I've ever told this story in full, but basically, this is the escalator story, not the elevator story. That happened the same day, though, just later, but this is the escalator story. The escalator story is, okay, so basically this takes place CAD 2016, so we're going to flash back to that. And basically what happened is that I had broken my phone the day before the convention. So I had no phone. Like, I had no ways to communicate with any of my friends, and they had kind of just scattered at that point. Yeah, I was alone. You shouldn't leave me alone. That's a mistake. So basically, I was walking around by myself as Judar, and it was pretty early in the day. I think it was probably only about noon, 2 o'clock-ish. And so I had just found Lillian. I was on like the lowest part of the Hyatt, so we were down in where like a lot of the panels are held. If you've ever been up to Connaught Elite, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the lowest floor of the Hyatt that you can go into. And I found Lillian. She was sitting with her dad, and she was waiting in line to go see Tamaki's voice actor, I believe, from Oran. And I had eventually split off from her because I was going to try and find everybody, and this con is only so big, and I don't know how everybody just goes and leaves and disappears. I don't know. But, so basically, I started going up the escalator, and because I was Judar, I had actually seen Magi cosplayers that day, and I kept running into them. It was great. But not the point. So basically, I was going up the escalator. There were people on this escalator, and there was a girl that I know, and I knew she was dressed as Sinbad, and I saw her going down the escalator, and because I was dressed as Judar, I took it upon myself to terrorize Magi cosplayers, all in fun. Like, they all know I was messing with them. It wasn't like I was doing it to be mean, so they all knew I was kind of just trying to be in character and have fun. So my instant thought was, hey, what kind of Judar would I be if I didn't go, you know, say something to her again? So I basically vaulted over the side of the escalator. Jumped over the side of the escalator. It was kind of like one of those moments where, you know, I could have had like a camera on me, and I could have turned around and been like, hi, this is Jackass kind of thing. But I didn't. And, you know, whatever, it's fine. But so I vaulted over it, and there's a staircase in between the two escalators, like the one going up and the one going down. There's a staircase, and I slid under the railing for the one staircase and ran down and met her down there. And I just remember there were a couple people that were like, oh my god, some weirdo wearing a crop top just jumped over the escalator. And I'm pretty sure someone got it on video because I saw someone's camera out and it looked like they might have been vlogging. So if you ever happen to be watching this ever, I know probably because of my luck that will never happen, but if you ever are watching this and you have video of me jumping over the escalator, please send it to me. I want that footage so bad. I want to turn it into a meme so bad. You don't understand. Just please email it to me. Or even like still photos, I'd be down too. But yeah. That was basically the escalator incident, and that's basically why my friends decided it is not a good idea to leave Heather on her own without a phone or any sort of communication, because she will do stuff like that. Yeah, stupid things. And now that I think about it, I could have gotten in so much trouble for doing that, like, because that is so unsafe. But like, there was no con staff there that saw, because I mean, like, the con staff that are up at the top of the escalator are facing outwards, so they're not even looking down the escalator. But the person at the bottom wasn't even there, because usually there's a person at the bottom of the escalator too, just because those are the panel rooms, and they'll check your badge when you come down there. It's weird. And I was just like, what? Like, why did I not get in trouble? But yeah, it was one of those moments where I just had a terrible decision and did it. Another really stupid thing that I did, this one amuses me to this day, and I don't think it was stupid, I actually think it was low-key genius, but it was stupid because it made all my friends worry about me. I don't remember what con this was at, but it could have been my first ASIN, it might not, I don't remember what con it was. But in hotel rooms, they have like little closets with like pull curtains. Yeah, so you're gonna need to know this information for reference, just so you know. So we had quite a few people in that room for this con. Like I said, I can't remember for some reason which con it was. I want to say it was my first ASIN, but I have no idea. I just don't remember. And so we were going to bed that night, and we were all kind of on the floor. There were a couple people in the beds. I don't remember the bedding, but I remember I was on the floor with a couple other people. So we were on the floor, and the floor is not like very comfortable. Like, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling that particular spot that I had chosen on the floor. And when I sleep, I actually like to curl up into like a ball, sometimes like if I'm on the floor. So I got up, and everyone had pretty much passed out at that point because it was like 3 a.m. because you don't go to bed at 9 o'clock at a convention. That's stupid. Another stupid thing. No, kidding. So I picked up my blankets, I picked up my pillow, I picked up all my stuff, and I moved, and I have good vision in the dark, so like I navigated pretty well. I didn't wake anyone up, I didn't kick anybody, I didn't trip and fall. I got up, grabbed all my stuff, and went to the front of the room by the door because that's where the closet is. I opened the curtain and set up like my blankets on the floor because I had 2 blankets, so I set up one so that it was kind of like matting on the floor, and then I laid down, curled up in a ball, closed the curtain, and fell asleep. Now, this was stupid because I forgot that everybody else had fallen asleep and didn't see me move, so they had no idea where I was. So come probably 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, whenever we woke up, someone's alarm goes off, I kind of barely wake up, go back to sleep. I wake up again when I hear people freaking out because they can't find me. Now, we have like suitcases and everything strewn all over the floor. It's a disaster area. So like my stuff is on the floor still, so it's not like I got up and left. So the first person to notice that I'm gone is Sora, and she goes, "Where's Heather? Is she in the bathroom or something?" Like, and everyone's like, "No, she's not in the bathroom," and they checked the bathtub to see if I was sleeping in the bathtub, and they're like freaking out, and I wake up fully to hear them like, "We can't find Heather, try calling her," and then they tried calling my phone, and my phone is still charging by where I was. Everyone's like, "Where the fuck did she go? If her phone is here, her costumes are still here, where is she?" But they were like checking everywhere. They checked under the beds, they checked everywhere. They opened the door and they were like, "Should we go down to the lobby? Like, does this hotel offer free breakfast or anything?" And then Sora's like, "Heather doesn't eat breakfast because it makes me sick, especially at 8 o'clock in the morning." No. And they're freaking the fuck out. And they're afraid that I got like kidnapped, or like I left for like a second just to get out of the room and like I was like murdered or something. And so I wait. I kind of inch my way like over to the corner of the closet so I can kind of peer out, and they have not had the sense to check the closet for some reason, even though it's pulled closed. I think it's just one of those things where you don't think about it. And I kind of peeked and I waited until they had come over to the door. And I just pulled open the things and I'm like, "What do you want?" And all of them, their heads snap in my direction and they looked so angry. They're like, "What the fuck? She was there the whole time." And like, I'm just curled up in my little warm ball of place, and you know, it's great. And I realize it was really stupid now because I made everyone so like upset and worried But at the same time, it was really funny for me. And I was forbidden from sleeping in the closet, even though they would have known I was there. Angry, because I liked sleeping in there, it was dark. But the next two things that I did were kind of things that cosplayers, the next few things are just things that cosplayers in general have done. I have worn my bind for so long that it actually was like starting to like squeeze, and I think it was like squeezing in my ribs. And if you know anything about me, you know I wear 2 sports bras when I bind, and wearing those for so long like can really hurt your like ribs and stuff, and I was actually getting sick from it. Like, and I have bad lungs, like I have asthma, so for it to already be squeezing my lungs more and my rib cage, that's already bad, and then putting another condition on top of it is joyous. So the next thing, kind of same deal, I wore contacts for like 10 or so hours, and you are not supposed to do that. I think you're only supposed to wear them for 8 or 9 hours at a time, because contacts work like suction cups. They basically cut off all of the oxygen going into your eye, and your eyes do need oxygen. So when they start hurting and getting dry, it's because the oxygen can't get to your eye. And yeah, my eyes were so red and raw after that. That sucked. And I think I was Sebastian. No, it was when I was Judar. It was after being Judar. That was a fun time. All the bad things happen when I'm in Judar, and I think it's just because he's so evil. Like, he's just an evil child. And he just, when I cosplay him, it just brings everything bad. Thing is a more specific event, and it's just kind of gross and stupid at the same time, because my first convention I was Sebastian, obviously, and I was Sebastian both days that I went, and it was hot because Wizard World takes place in August, and that particular August it was so very warm. Oh my god, it was so warm, even in the convention center, and that was just because there were hundreds of bodies in there. And I did not take off one layer of that costume for anything, and I was sweating and probably on the verge of passing out because, like I said, I dehydrate very easily. So when you go in there and you know, just sweat out, like, it was kind of nasty. I mean, like, my costume wasn't like drenched with sweat, but I could like feel myself starting to sweat every once in a while, but I just still didn't take anything off, and I probably could have gotten heat stroke so easy. Next thing is, I mentioned I have asthma. So basically my asthma is, from what I've learned, exercise induced, humidity induced, allergy induced, and panic induced. So it's great. So basically, because at cons I'm so hyperactive and I'm just all over the place, I run everywhere, I have forced myself to have an asthma attack on accident. So it's like forced, I said forced, but caused myself to have asthma attacks. There was one time in particular, I don't know what I was doing, but I remember wearing, was it Vincent? It might have been Vincent. And I was in heels too. And I was running around, and I actually had to stop because I'm wearing a bind, and I started heavily breathing and I couldn't breathe, and you know, forced myself almost to have an asthma attack. It's happened in a lot of my cosplays, like, just, it's happened, and it's just because I'm so hyper and I don't end up paying attention to my condition, and then I just start wheezing and dying and hacking up a lung, and oh, it's bad. It hurts so bad, but it happens. Another stupid thing that I've done that I could have totally gotten in trouble for and dress coded for at a con was, Judar does not wear shoes, as you could probably see from these little feeties right here. So, of course, at CAD, I thought, I must be accurate, like 100%. So I'm not gonna wear shoes. So the entire time I was Judar, which was probably hours, probably 10, 11 hours, I did not wear shoes. And that is really stupid because someone could have dropped like glass or plastic or something, and I could have cut my feet open or gotten some sort of bacteria in there. Also, the floors could have just been dirty or whatever. And it's kind of gross. I know I'm probably gonna get some comments like, why would you do that? That's so gross. But you have to remember, this was a small con, like it's in a hotel. And I just loved Judar. It was the first time I had ever brought Judar to a con, so I thought, you know what, that's smart. We're gonna do this. But it's not. It's really stupid. I would never do it at ASIN. Or even Midwest. I'd only do it at CAD, and I didn't get in trouble for it. And it says in the rules that you're not supposed to go barefoot, but I did it anyway, did it for 11 hours, didn't get in trouble, so no, don't do it, kids. Don't follow in my example in that sense. Like, that's a terrible thing to do. So bad. Not eating and not sleeping. I tend to not eat at all at cons, and that's really bad because I love eating. I will eat forever, and I can get, and because I'm running around 90% of the time giving myself asthma attacks, yeah, do the math. It doesn't end well. It really does not end great at all. It's sucky. And not sleeping, going to bed at 4 a.m. and waking up at like 8 or 9. Yeah, not good. Spent all my money on art. So, okay, so this has only happened to me about once or twice where I have just completely blown all of my money on art at a con because I love art. Like, I'm an artist myself. I don't draw. I do like Photoshop art and Illustrator art and all that art. But like, I love prints. Like, I love prints so much. I have more I have to hang up. I don't have room to hang anything up anywhere. It's sucky. I get stuff commissioned. I got my first stuff commissioned at Uchicon and am not disappointed. But I spent so much money on art that I actually barely had money for food, and it was really bad because I always feel bad when people buy me things, and sometimes that includes food, so like I will like freak out and I will be like, no, don't buy me anything, I'm fine, no, don't buy me things. Hey guys, I'm done, yay. Sorry, I decided to reshoot this video at a point because I was like, I don't really like how it turned out, and I had to split it into so many parts because my dogs would start barking or the phone would start ringing, and it was great. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I enjoyed making it and talking about some of my stupid experiences that I've done or had. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to check out my Instagram in the bio and my Tumblr and all that fun schnaz. And until next time, keep calm and cosplay, and I'll see you guys in the next one.